Hello everybody and welcome back to Tutorial Tuesday number 4, and today I'm going to be showcasing another engineer build, and it's going to be the static discharge build. I haven't really played that since beta, but I've had a lot of fun with it. I'm not very good with it, unfortunately, but it feels really satisfying to just burst somebody down like crazy, and that's what this build does really well. It has some crazy burst combos, and it's pretty squishy, and you have to be kind of sneaky and try to avoid a lot of damage with your few defensive capabilities that you have. But if you get ignored, if you don't get focused too much, you can dish out a lot of damage, which is really fun. So let's actually talk about the build. I run toolkit, rifle turret, and elixir S. I'm gonna explain why later. For the build, I have a rifle with Sigil of Air and Sigil of Fire for the big damage on crits. Obviously a Berserker amulet because bam, big damage. Vampirism runes help a lot because they give you a mist form when you drop to 20% health, and it only has 60 seconds cooldown, which is really good. It can screw you over sometimes, especially if the enemy team has conditions. But if they don't, it's pretty reliable, and it can save your life a lot of times. There used to be a bug where you could stealth yourself while you were in mist form. Doesn't work anymore, but still, pretty good rune set. Saved me a lot of times, especially against thieves, because they like they like focusing you. For the traits, I run 2, 4, 0, 2, 6. The 2 points in explosives is pretty much only for accelerant packed turrets. It allows you to knock people back, gives you a little bit of extra CC when you blow up your turrets. Very good with supply crate and especially rifle turret, and your healing turret also works with it. Rifle turret has only 20 seconds cooldown and can be super useful. The 4 points in firearms gives you shorter cooldown on your... Oh my god. I ran the wrong trait. When I recorded my stuff, I ran the wrong trait. Okay, wow. Okay, yeah, you want to run rifle, pistol, recharge, and not flamethrower and elixir gun. And rifle mods gives you 10% more damage. Wow, that's shocking to me. Okay, 2 points in alchemy for the vigor uptime when you gain swiftness through your speedy kits, the classic combo, which is in almost every NG build. It's very good. And then we have power range, gives you a little bit shorter cooldown on your toolkit abilities, very useful for the block to give you more survivability, very good with the magnet, gives you more damage with pry bar as well, just synergizes really well. And static discharge for the big damage. Every time when you use your tool build abilities, you just discharge your stuff electrically, statically. Deals lots of damage, very good. And yeah, it deals lots of damage. I mean, let's see, I can do my basic combo here, and see, like, I didn't do anything really. I did 2 auto attacks and throw range and surprise shot, and this guy dropped to like 40% HP already. And that is the main reason why we do run rifle turret, because it has a surprise shot which just has a short cooldown, and it can trigger your let's deactivate that real quick. Here we go. It can trigger your static discharge over and over again, and it's pretty good damage. I mean, 871, and the static discharge on top of that, especially if it bounces around, very good. And throw wrench with the toolkit, also, like, it hits twice. See, like, how hard it hits? Wrench obviously deals a lot more damage than surprise shot, but if you combine the both, so strong. Also, the good thing about surprise shot is that you can just use it whenever, even if you're CC'd. Like, I can use this, and then I can use the surprise shot while I'm being thrown back. And yeah, that's like the super duper basic combo. Basically just like hitting that on range, and you deal pretty good damage, combined with a few auto attacks as well. Let's kill this guy. And yeah, that's like the basic thing. And then if you played like Celestial Engineer or something like that, there's like a few CC combos. This build has pretty good CC overall. Like, you could pull somebody into a pry bar and then immobilize right away. Unfortunately, unfortunately those dummies always like jump back So it's pretty hard to show off here, but there's a bunch of different CC combos, and you can like combine them in many different ways. Like you have your overcharge shot, your net shot, you have your rifle turret, which you can use to knock people back. Like you lay it down and then you just use it, and people get knocked back from it. Even with the healing turret, you can do that. You can even use your elite to stun somebody. And yeah, usually the basic thing that you can do, you can pull somebody, use your pry bar, immobilize him right away. Then you can use your jump shot or your blunderbuss, and after the immobilize is over, you can knock him away with the rifle turret, or you can knock him away with overcharged shot, and then you can use your throw wrench and surprise shot combo after you did that. Lots of stuff you can do. If you do it all really fast and well, it's pretty hard for somebody to break out of it if they don't have a stun breaker. And the thing is about this build, it's very squishy overall, and you have to be very careful. If you get focused, you need to use your toolkit ability, the block to get away. Like that's your main defense. You can also, like, if you run away, you can lay down a healing turret and wait a little bit until the enemies try chasing you, and you can blow it up when they are right on top of it. And let me wait until the healing turret cooldown is over, because you can also lay down your rifle turret right after and blow that up as well for an extra heal. And you can also wait a little bit with that again to knock somebody back maybe a second time, or maybe if they dodge the first healing turret. So you can do that, boop, and then you can do that, boop, and you get 2 healing combos from that. It's a pretty good combo. Gives you a little bit extra sustain. You don't have that much sustain with this build because you have no healing power, but it still helps a lot with survivability. Your only stun break is your Elixir S, so if a thief jumps you, and if you get immobilized or something from the thief right after the stun, you pretty much have to pop this immediately once a thief jumps you, or you're just gonna take a lot of damage. Oftentimes your vampirism runes proc, and like thieves just burst you down. Even if you like use Elixir S, they will probably jump you right after again, and then you have your vampirism runes, and like you can manage to survive a long time against thieves just thanks to the vamp runes. I think they're very important. You should make sure though, after or like until the end of your invulnerability with Elixir S and vampirism runes, you should probably have something to avoid like the burst damage right after. Like people know the duration of those invulnerabilities, and they will try to hit you with their burst right after it expires. So having a dodge right after, or maybe a toolkit block, is really useful, and you should definitely consider that. If you don't have anything up, if you don't have endurance or whatever, just try to spam your heal right away and knock the guy away. Like there's a few things you can do. But overall, you can survive quite well with it. But if you just get trained over and over again by everybody, it's going to be hard to deal damage, unfortunately. But yeah, that's like pretty much it's like nothing too crazy with this build. You can also like lay down your healing your rifle turret and overcharge it right away. No, actually, I need to attack this guy. You can overcharge it and just let it deal damage to a target, a down target, when you move away. It's a pretty neat trick. Another thing, if you blow up your rifle turret, it also triggers static discharge. So you should try to get used to just using your rifle turret. Since it has such a short cooldown, you can sometimes use it even if you don't want to knock somebody away right next to you, like just for a little bit of extra damage. Also very useful if you... thieves are going to be a big problem for you most likely. If you know that people are about to jump you, you can lay down a rifle turret preemptively, and you can try to stay close to it. And if the thief tries to shadow step on you and backstep you, you can just blow it up. Like it works even if you're CC'd, and that will stop the thief from dealing damage to you. And yeah, Elixir S stealth, I haven't really talked about that at all yet, but it's like super duper important for your survivability as well. Like, it has a pretty short cooldown, and it gets reset when you drop below 20% HP. And what you can do with it, you can just try and get away with it. You need to be you need to watch out though. If you stealth yourself and then dodge, you drop bombs. And if your bombs hit somebody, you will get out of stealth again. Sometimes you have to dodge because people will like try to follow you around while you're stealth and deal a lot of damage to you. So it can be tricky, and sometimes you can't get away with it, but oftentimes it's good enough to get away. It's more of an ability that you should use preemptively as well, though. Like if you see a thief running to you, if you see that the thief like put you into his focus target, just try to use it before that and try to reposition yourself. And always, if you can, if you're not too under too much pressure, try to use the stealth to like pull somebody and burst somebody out of stealth. Like oops, it's really useful if you can just burst somebody out of stealth, because they won't see it coming and they won't be able to dodge your initial big damage. Like you can also like just jump shot somebody out of stealth, or you can, I don't know, just immobilizing somebody before is probably not the best thing, because they see the immobilize and then they will probably use something. But like the pull is usually the best thing you can do. Like it starts with the CC, and if they don't have a stun break, you can just combo them down. Like as I explained before, pull somebody and then do this, and unfortunately he blinks back, which is annoying. And yeah, whatever. You get the idea. You have to experiment yourself a little bit with it and just get used to it. It just comes down to muscle memory with all those CCs. I myself, I'm not that good with it yet. It's just practice, 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 and you will get used to them. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it. You can also use your F1 ability actually. You can lay down your turret, use your F1 ability, and then you can blow it up. And you gain a healing combo from that. Oh, another thing that it's not very important, but I think it's nice to know. If you use your Elixir S, it also triggers a static discharge, but if you look at this, I have the heavy guy targeted, I stealth myself, and the static discharge flies somewhere. So the thing is, it doesn't get targeted, which is probably for the better. But you can target it yourself if you go like into this perspective or something, and you go like ego shooter mode. You can hit people with your F1 and your Toss Elixir S as well. It can be used in combat actually. Like sometimes when you're close to an enemy, it's not too hard to adjust your camera a little bit and try to look into his direction when you use something like that. Also works with the blow up from the healing turret, and I mean, can be a tiny bit of extra damage. It's like super specific, but I think it's nice to know. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Yeah. I hope you liked it. Let me know what you want to hear for the next tutorial Tuesday, because I'm still trying to figure things out. If you have like a specific build that you want to know about, just let me know. I will read through the comments and we'll look at what I can do next. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you guys next week. Bye bye.